Well, hello. Welcome back. It's been a long old time. I've been off for about a week. Been away. I went to visit some family, and now I'm back. And I'm a little bit behind on making this game, so better get cracking with it. But we did make a load of really kind of bad, but kind of fun art assets on the last little game development live stream that we did. And yeah, now we're diving into making the levels. And well, whether we actually make any levels today or not, or whether we just work on the workflow is my main thought for today. So I think that's what we're going to do. Bad Tunes, welcome. How you doing? Big up yourself. So here we are in Godot, and this is our below deck world scene that we've been working on. And what I'm going to do is actually save this as, or can we just rename it? If I rename this to template, that's nice. And then the scene needs saving. So if I save it, then does everything work still? I don't think I referenced the name. Yeah, it's working. Whoa, okay. I mean, yeah, there's still some glitchiness in the general build of the game, but we're going to have to just accept that. Yeah, everything's working. So I can rename that, that's fine. Can I rename the actual scene? Like, if I come into levels, we rename this to template. It seems that we can, and we save, and it seems like everything still works. OBS takes a little while to catch up. You're a big fan of my videos. Oh, thanks very much. Thanks for watching and commenting and yeah, giving me that feedback. That's very encouraging. So I appreciate you. All right, and then let's just check in here. When I come into like the run, yeah, okay, so it's automatically updated the name of that file when we renamed it. That's good to know. The way I see it is lots of the stuff that's in here, like the spikes, like the enemies, like the health, like the player, like the relationship between the camera and the player's GUI, and the relationship between the parallax layers and all this kind of stuff. This is all like our template for every level that we make. So we've got our below deck world template, and just to be clear, we have, I think, 4 worlds planned, right? We have the town, then we have the above deck, then we have the below deck, and then finally we have the island. Okay. I'm a game developer and a Minecraft SMP owner at the same time. Yeah, that SMP actually isn't mine. It's Serious Creeper set that one up. So I was just very grateful to be invited to join in. If you're talking about the Serious Firmacraft one. But yeah, and as far as me being a game developer, I'm kind of blagging it because I'm only just starting to learn basically this last few months. But yeah, the dream is the dream is alive. And so what I want to do is have 3 levels within each, but they're not going to have differing themes or differing assets, but they'll just be 3 town levels, 3 above deck, 3 below, and 3 island, and that will then give us this kind of rough narrative of you start off in this town, you get onto your ship, then you go below deck, and then you land at the island and you dig up the treasure. So that's the kind of the rough outline. And we'll do Mario name like level name conventions like that, right? For each of them. I mean, I'm sure you get the picture, but just for the sake of completeness. So those will be the titles of our 12 levels across these 4 worlds. So with the below deck was the one we kind of started it with, where we just had our rough assets that I made just for placeholder, just to kind of get the game running. So now what I'm curious about is if I can just do something like this with this thing and just duplicate it, duplicate the file, and we'll call it town world template. And now we've got our below deck world template open, but let's open up the town one and close the below deck one. So now the below deck world is still just there. That's lovely. And the town world template now we can mess with. So like, for example, the tile map is actually a scene. Okay, so we probably want to duplicate that quite a few times. In fact, even the test block is a scene. Did we need to make the test block a scene? Maybe because it has its collision shape in it, so that's quite nice. And then the test block tile map. I guess we do want it to be a scene because then we can, in each world, it's like a new instance. And then if we edit the original thing, it will edit it across all the worlds. You love the Minecraft series and the devlogs. Excellent. Thanks so much. I'm enjoying making them. Doing the development stuff as a live stream when I don't have time for editing is much trickier though, because it's obviously lots of time consuming back and forth and just thinking about things. So yeah, so we're basically right now just trying to get the workflow for level design sorted. So right now with this town world template, we could do it because I could just duplicate the town world template 2 or 3 times for each level. And we'd be done. The only like key element that we need in every level that we haven't made yet is like a kind of end of level trigger, like a sort of an item that you collect that triggers you moving on to the next level, or like a flagpole in Mario or whatever it is, like something that goes, okay, look, you've reached this point now. It's time to move to the next level. But I guess we'll build that infrastructure in later. For now, we'll just be working on each level as its own scene. And then we'll create a scene manager, and that'll happen then. Yeah, okay, so I suppose, look, we've got all of this art. There's a lot here. Test platforms there. And we've got all these background items and things. So we got all of this art that we made last time, and we need to turn them into these scenes. Yeah. So test platform, we're going to make test block out of. So anything that's got the word platform on the end of it is one we have to make, and test has already been done. So just all the rest of these. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there are 6 more blocks to make. So we need to duplicate test blocks 6 times with all of the names of all of those items. So the first one is beam. Do I have any story plan to the game? To be honest, nothing more than just the pirates being attacked by ninjas, and he wants to like get to the buried treasure. At the end of the day, I suppose, the project I'm embarking on right now, this 12 games in 12 months, I mean, hopefully I will make things that are genuinely fun and engaging, but it's more a process of me learning game development and just trying to make 12 very small projects across the course of a year to kind of just learn. So, yeah, this particular project was much more about the platformer player controller. You know, and just like feeling like we'd got all of this stuff done, like with the gun and the double jump. Well, it's not really a double jump, it's like a gun type jump, with the combat, with the like combo combat that we've got there, getting some, you know, general like platformy mechanics, like we've got wall jumps, and we've got like coyote time. You know, that kind of stuff was really the main point of this game. It would be good to do one that's like really story focused though one day. That would be fun. So what I want to do is duplicate this scene, and instead of calling it test block, we'll call it beam block. duplicate it. It's up here. Open it. It's in here. Sprite is there, but we want the beam sprite instead, so we throw that in instead. And then we save it. And that's the beam block done. Next, brick. So we duplicate. And we call it brick block. And then we open up that scene. We amend the sprite to use the brick texture instead, which is working. And then we save. And then we close. And then next, duplicate. Instead of it being called brick block, the next one is cobble. So we'll call it cobble block. Open that up. Throw the art on the sprite. Save the scene. Close it. Going the kind of Mario and Peach route. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm just going to try and just blast out as many games as I can, really, is the plan. There's a game jam I saw that I might want to enter at the end of this month, but I think I've already missed the start of it, so it might not happen. But it was like a Nokia 3310 game jam. It looked really fun. But we'll see what we do next. So that's the cobble block done. That's good. Next one is the plank platform. Yes, we'll duplicate this and we'll call it plank block. And then we take plank block, we open it up. It's made of cobble. We take the plank platform, we throw, oops, hold on. Get the sprite open, throw that on instead, and save it and close it. Rock is the next one. And so I'm just making all of these so that then we can drop them all in and create these templates for each world where everything is there. And then the process of level design will just be like saving as the template, calling it world 1, and then making it. But all of the items will just already be there. So if we find it quick, we could even move up to having 5 levels in each world very, very quickly. But building this infrastructure in the background creates that workflow for creating levels quickly. So that is the agenda here. Now, rock block. So this is going to be a cool name for a scene. Sprite is there. Rock platform goes in there. Boom. Save. Close. Sand platform. I think that's the last one. So duplicate this. We'll call it sand block. Duplicate. And then... And the other advantage with doing it like this is if later on I decide that my sand texture is terrible, all I have to do is come in and edit this one scene from which every level that uses sand is referencing. And I could just load a new texture into here and then press save on this one scene, and bang, throughout my whole game, the sand would update to the new texture. The story of Jump King was decent, but the gameplay was good. Yeah, I think that's it. Like, I'm obviously still learning, so I'm not expecting to make revolutionary games here. This is all about the process. This is all about the process. So now we have this tile map. So let's open up this tile map and have a look. So the way the tile map works is you have this tile set, and inside the tile set, we have the platform. But that's the PNG. So are we even using the block at all? Did I just make all those blocks for no reason, when really what we need is the tile map? Quite possibly. But I'm confused now because there's no collisions on this, is there? Because if we go into tile set here and hit here, I mean, you can see the tiles there. The collision data's in here. Huh. So would it be better for us to make one tile map that we use in every level? We should maybe just be... Okay, so all those blocks that I made just then may have been not needed. Which is fine. If that's the case, that's the case. The tile map seems to be the main thing. And if we update this tile set to include all our tiles, then we can just use the tile map in every level the same for all our platforms, which would be really nice. So... platform, 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 platform. That one's already in there. Those are the 6. So open those all in there. New single tile. Hit that there. Boom. So we come in here, you can see it's there. And it does have collision, but occlusion and navigation, no. So in here we click this one, collision isn't there yet. So we need to do that. And then save it. And then if we come back in here and look at it, now we've got these beams and we can place the beams wherever we want. And they will act like platforms. Haha, wait, hold on. This is Town World template that we're editing now. So I do that, and if I run the scene, there it is. And it does work as a platform. Okay. Alright, catch you later. Peace out, Bad Tunes. Thanks for joining us and all your kind words. Yeah, so this is working. Okay, so this is actually the way we want to do this. So all of those block scenes that I did make just then were completely unnecessary. But never mind. So all we got to do is edit this. Oh no, it unloaded all of the unused files there. It's quite annoying. Well, it's going to be quick to make them all, I think. That's 5. That's what we want. So brick, we go new single tile and we click the tile. Then we come into collision, we click the square and we hit it. Bang. Next guy, cobble. New single tile. Bang. Collision. Square. Bang. Plank. New single tile, bang, collision, square, bang. Rock, new single tile, bang, collision, square, bang. Sand, new single tile, bang, collision, bang. Save. Now in here, there they all are. Right, so that is it. Our tile set is now in all of our worlds. So that's really nice and easy. All our platforms are just there for the taking. And we could even use ones that are from other worlds sparingly in worlds that they don't belong to, potentially. Alright, but that's nice. That's really cool. And yeah, I guess we can come in here and we could like get rid of all of these scenes that I made before. But I'm going to leave them there in case I need them or whatever. I don't think they're causing me any hassle. I spent the time making them, so might as well keep them. So the only thing to do then to make this a proper town template, well, let's get the tile map and paint bucket rubbing out everything. Because we don't need any platforms, I'm afraid. There's more over here. Okay. So, in town, we're going to be using cobble and bricks, right? So let's just give... Oh, wait, I can't do that. I just have to draw it here. It doesn't like me drawing it there. Oh, because I've still got paintbrush on. I thought I'd unclicked it, but I hadn't. So is that the actual colour that I chose for that sprite to be? Yeah, it looks like it is. When I was in Godot and I press play scene, it does look a bit like it's still got a collision box on it that I can see, but I don't think so. So that's fine. So yeah, I guess we just want to do like a nice sort of length. I don't know, can I see the bottom of that? Oh, whoops, wrong scene. Okay, that looks perfect. So we'll just run it all the way along to the end there. Can't hurt. And then we can fill it. Okay, and then how does that look? It's medium, but I'll take it. Oh wait, hold on. My OBS seems to have like kind of crashed in terms of what's on the background here. How weird. Okay, it's come back. Just needed to click off and click back on again for whatever reason. Don't know why. So now we just want to change these parallax layers. Which I'm hoping is just as simple as yeah, because I've not saved this as a scene. And there's no scripting on the parallax layers. Are there? No. I don't think so. So it should just be a case of like, okay. For the town, it's the sky backdrop. Okay, that didn't work. For whatever reason. There's some kind of button to click to make it loop, right? I guess when I throw that in there, it's no longer looping it. I wonder what that is as well. I can't remember now. I drag it into there. Into there. It has to be onto that. And by doing that, we're creating a new... Oh, I don't know about that. How do you get that going then? Throw that onto there. And it nearly works, but it just doesn't. Because it's just like stretching it rather than actually looping it. So does that come down to in here in the import? I think it might come down to in here. Repeat enabled. Re-import. Yes, he remembered it. He remembered it. Okay, great. And I think that's the only other one we use. So yeah, we can duplicate this. So if I change that to Sky BG like that, this is only affecting town world template. I really hope so. If we open up below deck, it still has the planks in its template, but the town world template has the sky now. Okay, but I'm opening up the wrong thing. Okay, yeah, so the middle background layer isn't the right one. But yeah, that's happening. It also looks like it's dimming it slightly from the original texture. I think we probably modulated it, so let's unmodulate it. We were just modulating the planks, weren't we? But oh, I keep doing that. Keep loading the wrong thing up. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Much brighter and crisper looking. Okay, cool. So then we need to work on this middle background layer here, where for the town, it's going to be the town mid BG, whatever we called it. Town mid BG. So you throw that on there, and again it does the stretch. So we come into the import options, and repeat is set to enabled, and we re-import it, and there we go. And so I think every time, there we go. This is what our town's going to look like. Now, obviously, the background is really, really basic. We could probably make it look a bit better. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So we'll call that done for the town world template, I think. Oh yeah, we just want to rename this to, just for fun, to town mid GB. And also it seems to have been modulated too, so let's unmodulate it and then check it out. I'm gonna again load the wrong level. Yeah, I like it kind of bright. I think that's like a cute way to start the game off. Cool. So that is the town world template finished, which is good. So now we can come into the levels folder here with our town world template, and we can duplicate it and call it above deck world template. Boom. And then open the above deck world template. And then the sky background box is fine, but this mid one is not. We want the above deck mid background to be thrown on there. And we want the import settings on that file to be looping. And then instead of having a giant cobblestone floor, from here, we want to put like planks, I guess. Is that what we decided? Or maybe we do. What would be cool if it was the same size as the below deck world template, right? Like this kind of size. So actually we can kind of count this because we look like we're in very similar zoom levels here. So this guy starts like just before 768 kind of thing. Is it halfway between? Yeah. So 768 is like there. So it's starting like in this block here. Oh wait, but without that. Like there. That kind of thing. And it runs, oopsie, and it runs all the way along to a particular point. Just after 1344. Which is right there. So that's the length of the of the ship as we made it. Now if I come down here. Ah! Oh my god. Yeah, so we can definitely afford to bring the water right down on this one. Yeah. So what we should do is we should grab this layer here. Make its Y offset like 128. But that seemed to have done nothing. Weird. Maybe we just need to do it on the sprite. Let's try that. Looks pretty good. We're not seeing most of our texture though. Made it quite big. So I think it could be a little bit lower down than that, or a little bit higher up than that rather. That said, if we look at our town test here, how many blocks down did we need to go on that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need to be 6 blocks below. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we could only really move it up by 64 more, something like that, to be able to definitely not see it. So that's good to know. So let's take it to like 150 there instead. Okay, that didn't work at all. Oh, these aren't 64s, these are 16. We can only move it 16. Yeah, so 185 then. And then looking at this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Talerzik. I always like get that one right, and then today I was reading it, I was like, I can't speak. Welcome. How are you doing? I hope you are good. I hope you're doing well. Okay, so this is looking good, and then we want to just kind of get the same shape going here. So it's 2, 2, and then diagonal down. Whereas on this side, it's just a straight line. Okay, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like to get our 6 going, that's fine. On this side, 2, 2, and then diagonal. And we don't need to worry about the bottom because we're never going to be lower down than that. So the player should never see the rest of this. And also these levels these templates may well be way too large. Like we don't have to use all the space that I'm creating here. It just gives us the options, you know? Which I think is cool. And then a faster way of doing this is to use filler. And now that matches, right, the shape and size of the interior section that we move into, which is quite fun. But that's that template finished as well. So again, save. Very nice. And then we can duplicate it and call this the island world template. Got my name almost correct. Had a nice day at school. Kind of tired. Well done. You've earned your rest now for the day. Let's get rid of all that. Although before we do, let's put some of that. Oh wait, can I just? Oh, that's way better. I can just paste over what I already have. That's awesome. Yeah, I think we'll make a bit more here. I didn't think about this with my sand texture. But it's going to look a bit poor as it is because, well, you'll see. I'll show you right now. I mean, it's okay, but it's not great, is it? Let's be honest, it is not good. It would be better if it was just solid yellow below that. So we can easily do that, actually. So why don't we do that right now? If we come into Sprite and we get our sand platform out here, and then let's just make a new layer, and make the old one invisible, and then get... Why is it not showing me my actual... That's weird. It's very annoying. But yeah, I should be able to just rub out all of this stuff. So we just have the solid yellow. And then export that. And call it sand under platform. And then come back into here. Get our test block tile map. I should have made this into a scene. This tile map. Oh, I really should have made it into a scene. Yeah. I think we should do that right now. So we'll edit this tile set. We're going to add the plain one to it. And say add a single tile. Weird, why doesn't that want to work? It's like set up to be the wrong size somehow. Weird. Why? Why? Wait, it's like all the settings for all of these have changed. They're still working like normal 16 by 16, those ones. Eight by 8 should be, but that should be separate from down here anyway. Snap options. Okay, so I don't know how that came to be. But there we go, that's working now. Yeah, I don't know why that like redefaulted back to 32 by 32. That's very strange. But this should be working a treat now. If I come to here, click this guy. Oh, whoops. I just do that and then get like a normal one and just pop that along the top. I know there are other ways of doing this that automates it, like where you set up like the mapping of the tile map, so that like the engine just says, okay, this is a top edge, so it has this top edge on it, and so on. We did that for our baby game. for our kind of obstacles and blocks and things. But look, let's look at that. Yeah, that is a vast improvement on the vibe in here, which is great. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually save this. Oh, the tile map is a scene. Oh, fantastic. So if I save it in here, that scene, it does have that edit made to it. So now if I come into one of these others and look at the instance in here, it's got the sand. Okay. All right, good. So the fact that is a scene, that's good. I should have been editing it in here. That's probably why I had the issue. Making, yeah, the defaults were changing because I was editing it in here, not in its own scene. That's probably the problem that I faced. Okay, fine. But now we need to take the... Wait, so hold on. Oh, I've also been just editing the wrong one. So now the island world template is the one that looks like the ship. So what we'll do is we'll rename above deck. If we just rename it to is world template for now. We'll change that in a minute. We'll call it island world template up there. Now the island one, this guy needs renaming because I've put the wrong name on that. So we'll call that above deck world template and rename it here as well, just for consistency. And save that. Look at the island world template. Also rename that to island now. And then save it. And then yeah, it's just this. These mid backgrounds are still got the wrong names. Island mid background. Ship mid background, that's fine. Wait. This is above deck. Okay, it's so confused. This is the island one. And it's actually wrong. So if we look at this island mid background here. Also, I've just realized these aren't scenes. So if I wanted to edit one of these later, I'd have to do it 3 times. We'll assume we're not going to need to do that. And if we do, then we'll have to do it. But this is the point. That this whole process is constantly teaching me things. And like I'm always thinking, oh yeah, I'd approach this totally differently next time. So island mid background jumps in there, and we want to take this texture and put repeating enabled and re-import it. Now we get our trees, that's good. And then I think if we look at the town and we look at this middle guy, its position on Y is 88 there. So we come to the island, its position is 185. So if we bring that back to 88, then that should line up nicely with what we had previously. Yeah, and this is what our island level looks like. Some nice parallax scrolling there. It's clear which one's the platform, which is the background. The palm trees look decent. We could have platforms as well, and beams and stuff, and the trees, and yeah, okay. Like, fine, man. It's all pretty garish. Like, I'm not claiming to be a good artist. But these are all serving functions of like me learning how to actually build the game, right? So that's it. So we can get rid of our tile map. We have the town. We have above deck. It happens next, and then below deck happens after that, and then island is the last one. So we'll start with this kind of backdrop, and we need to make some levels. Then the above deck will look like that. Below deck like that. And then the island like that. Those are our 4 worlds. And so the workflow of designing levels is just going to be to do what I just did, basically. To take one of these, whichever one we want to make. Let's say we're starting with town world template. We'll duplicate it. and we'll call it town 1-1, I guess, or even just town 1, and then hit duplicate, and then we open up that scene, and this is where we build our actual level, and the templates just sit cozy, not being edited, not being messed around with, so we don't have to worry. And yeah, and then we just start placing the player and the enemies and the platforms and making levels. So that all looks sick. And to be honest, that's all I wanted to achieve in today's stream. We will do some level design as well and some testing. Maybe even this evening. I may even stream again this evening. But yeah, just kind of getting my head around all this stuff. So definitely we were right about this tile map and it being a scene. That's super useful. It means we have access to all of our platforms in all of our levels, and if we change a platform, that's totally fine, because it will just, yeah, we change it in the tile map and it will populate the whole game with the updated texture. Now these parallax layers here, these are not scenes, but we could make them for each template. I could make a scene, which before I start making levels, maybe we should delete this town 1 and turn them into scenes. Turn each parallax background from each template. Yeah, let's do that. So let's delete town 1 and close that, and we won't save it. Yeah, we'll open up all our templates again. So town is the first, above decks next, below decks next, and islands next. We'll take our town and we'll call it town parallax background, and then we will save branch as a scene in levels. Actually, do we want it in levels? Yeah, town parallax background, save. So now that's its own scene. Whenever we and let's just test it still works. Yep, the parallax is working. So now we can edit each of those individually if we wanted to. We can like open up that scene, yeah, and come into here and say we actually want this background to be changed, or we want the color of this or positioning of that, and then all of our town levels it will change. Excellent. So yeah, we should just do that. That's like the final thing to make the workflow better here. We're going to call that above deck parallax background, and again, save branch as a scene. And that also compacts it when it becomes a scene, which is quite nice. Also, I want to kind of move the player to like above all the enemies. So you have player, then we have spikes, ninjas, and then maybe even put the grog there. Yeah, I prefer that order of just being organized. So again, player above spikes, grog above spikes, above deck is the name of that thing. It's a scene, we can save it. Now this guy, that's already got the right name, so it just needs to be made into a scene. And then we can do our ordering again. Save that, and that's done. And then this one, island, parallax background, save branch to scene. So now they each have their own parallax background scene. And then the order situation. Save that. And those are our templates. I suppose instead of saving scenes as templates that we duplicate, what you could do is you could just turn this node into a scene. It would be the exact same effect, I think. But then you could just create a brand new scene and just make the parent, like the foundational node of it, the template scene. No, that wouldn't work, because then when we edit it, no, I think this is the right way of doing it. I think I mean I think it's going to work, whether it's like the best way or the right way. I think this is going to work, and I'm happy with it, and I'm excited to make levels now. But I've got to nip out, so we are going to end the stream here. Thanks for watching. If you're new, subscribe, drop a like on the ting, be excellent to each other. Have a happy day, and I'll see you next time. All right, safe, peace.